I ate one carnivore meal a day this week. I'm going to show you exactly what I ate and give you a weigh-in, so stay tuned. Everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lydia. If you're new here, you're watching Ketosis Focus. I have been on my low-carb ketogenic journey for the past 3 years on my mission to a healthier me. To date, I have lost over 85 pounds, and I'm trying to hit that 100 pounds lost mark. So if you want to see me reach my goals, make sure to stick around, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you find out when all the videos are getting posted. And if you want to help my channel, which I would greatly appreciate, there is a link in the description box to buy me a coffee, which some of the subscribers have already started. So I thank those of you very, very much for supporting the channel, and I look forward to more coffees. Now, this week was an interesting week. I try to do everything the same as I did last week. Now, let me just recap what I did last week. I intermittent fasted 16/8. I was tracking my macros because my goal was to hit 135 grams of protein in the vicinity. I wasn't trying to hit that number exactly, but I was trying to get as close to 135 per day, grams per day for protein, and about 100 grams of fat. So I did increase my protein and I increased my fat than how I have been doing traditional keto up until this point, which in turn means higher calories. So I did increase the amount of food I was having, but I was splitting it up into 2 meals previously. So I've been doing this carnivore journey for about a month now. And up until last week, I'd been tracking and doing 2 meals a day. So this current week is the first time I've ventured into the carnivore world with 1 meal a day. And one of the things I wanted to do differently was to do the 1 meal a day as well as increase my fasting time. So last week I was doing 16/8. This week my goal was to do 18/6, but it ended up being 20 hours of fasting plus every single day. So let me show you what I ate and we'll chat afterwards. Check it out. All right, good morning. Happy Monday. It is 8:45 and thanks to daylight savings time, it is a lot hotter and brighter this time to go for a walk, but that's okay. It's not too bad out here. There's still a nice breeze. It's a pretty day. We're gonna see how many steps I get in. Y'all, I failed this weekend. This weekend, I stayed on track as far as food goes, but as far as steps go, it was really bad, like really bad. Like I did nothing. And I thought I did a lot of stuff, but my steps did not get anywhere near 10,000. So I kind of have a lot of work to do this week to make up for the average. So let's get this walk going. Okay, we are starting off this morning with 540 steps and only have a quarter of a mile logged in already. We're going to see how much we get done by the end. I'm hoping to do about 30, 45 minutes. We'll see. Whatever we can. As much as possible. All right, I ended up doing 36 minutes of walking. Let's see how many steps. All right, I did 2 miles, 4,711 steps. My ring is closed. My exercise ring is closed. And we are ready to start our day. Happy Monday. All right, it's been 19 hours of fasting. I'm making my carnivore coffee right now. The goal is to do 18 plus hours and OMAD this week. All right, it is time for my OMAD today. We've got about 11 ounces of this, I forget what it's called. What is it called, hon? The steak?
Beef tenderloin.
Beef tenderloin and 3 eggs, all cooked in Kerrygold butter. I think what's left on my macros for today, I'm gonna squeeze in a collagen coffee before I close out my window and fast until tomorrow. So let's see how this OMAD and longer fasting goes for me. All right, it is 11:46 and I am gonna go ahead and have my collagen coffee right now so I can close out my eating window for the day. So I've got 1 tablespoon of that Keto creamer, coffee, a scoop of chocolate collagen, and this is gonna be my coffee for today. Then I'll start the fasting and we'll see how it goes until tomorrow. It is 6:30 p.m. I have been fasting a little over 6 hours already, and I'm not hungry at all, so I'm very kind of surprised. So I'm making my lemonade, my apple cider vinegar drink. 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, a splash of cinnamon. This time I put a little bit of splash of ginger. I did do a squirt of stevia, and this is what I'm having to kind of end my night with. Good morning, happy Tuesday. It is 8:15. It's a little cloudy outside, a little bit earlier this time, so hopefully it won't be so hot. But man, I needed to get out. I needed to go for a walk this morning. I want to stay consistent this week and get these steps in. So let's do it. Let's see where we are right now. All right, it is 464 steps, 0.21 miles. Let's see how much we get by the end of this walk. All right, I've been walking for 35 minutes. These mosquitoes are really bad. Oh, I hate mosquitoes. I hate them. All right, but 35 minutes is good enough. Let's look at the steps. Let's go inside. Let's take a shower. Let's hope I don't have so many mosquito bites. All right, we got our exercise ring closed. It is 5 minutes till 9, 4,166 miles, steps, 2.04 miles. These mosquitoes are killing me. Let's go inside. I've been fasting for 22 hours and 41 minutes, and I am finally gonna go in with my coffee. I hadn't been hungry. I haven't even been in a hurry to have my coffee this morning. It is almost 11 a.m. I'm gonna have my coffee, and then we'll see what time my meal is today. My meal will most likely be just the leftover chicken to clean it out of the fridge. I've got like some chicken thighs and some bacon wrapped chicken, so I might just do that. All right, we're gonna weigh them with the bones and everything, throw them in the air fryer, and then weigh the bones afterwards so we can see how much. So right now we have 13.7 ounces cold with the bones. Probably gonna put a couple of these in the air fryer as well. All right, here is my meal for today. I've got 3 chicken thighs that I heated up in the air fryer, and I've got 2 bacon wrapped chicken tenders, and this is it. All right, so I weighed out the bones, the leftover bones. And we're looking at 1.8, so it was 13.7. So I'll just put in 12 ounces in my carb manager. All right, I finished eating. It is 12:37. Normally I would have this in the morning. I'm having my collagen coffee is almost like a treat, but I'm having it early so I can close out my eating window and then fast again until tomorrow. I have not had my electrolyte water yet. This is decaf, by the way. So obviously I'm not doing super strict carnivore, since I do still have supplements or things that might have stevia or coffee, things like that. But I am doing the best that I can do right now, and it's been working for me, so I will take it. Even though this is a collagen coffee, it totally feels like a little indulgence. I am putting the 0 sugar on top. Like I said, it's not super strict. It does feel like a treat for me. And then I'm gonna close out my eating window. All right, I just finished my cup of coffee, and so my eating window is officially closed. I was only eating for a little over 2 hours today, so that's probably the shortest eating window that I've ever had on this journey. So I'm gonna fast all the way until tomorrow, and as long as I hit 18, which I think will be easy to do if my fast is starting right now at 1, we'll see how tomorrow goes. But yeah, I feel great. Good morning, happy Wednesday. I have been fasting for 20 hours now, and I'm gonna go ahead and make my coffee. This is gonna break my fast. It's going to be a collagen coffee because I am making some hamburger patties, and the beef today, I'm probably gonna eat about a pound of this, is 88.12. So it has a lot of fat. I think I'm gonna make some bacon, probably some eggs. So my meal is going to be pretty big and full of fat. So I'm not going to do a carnivore coffee this morning, but I will have my normal collagen coffee. So I'm going to do a tablespoon of the super creamer, froth it up, make my coffee, put in a scoop of this chocolate collagen, which is almost out. And I don't think I'm going to buy any more. I'm going to try and be better about weeding out the extra sweeteners and stuff. And then I'm going to top it with my sugar-free whipped cream. And this is what we're starting our Wednesday off with. All right, here is Wednesday's coffee. You got this. All right, I decided not to go outside and fight the mosquitoes this time. So I did an indoor workout for 30 minutes. I have 3,872 steps, 2 miles. So I'm gonna jump in the shower. All right, this is my one meal of the day. I've got a pound of ground beef into 2 patties, 2 slices of Colby Jack cheese, some sugar-free bacon on top, and I'm gonna top it with some eggs. It's like a 1,400 calorie meal all at once. All right, here is the final product. Oh my God, guys, I feel like I'm a little overwhelmed at the thought of this. 2 burger patties at a pound each, 3 eggs, 4 slices of bacon. And I'm still under on my macros today. Yeah. Oh my God, so stuffed. But I did it. All right, it is almost 5:30 and I'm doing something a little bit different this time. I'm gonna try and go for a walk in the evening instead of the morning to kind of avoid the mosquitoes. So let's see where we are on steps. 6,765, 3.35 miles. We're gonna try and get as close to 10,000 as possible, but we're definitely hitting 10,000 before we go to bed tonight. That is a promise. Morning, happy Thursday. It is coffee time. It is almost 9 a.m. and I'm going to start the day off with a carnivore coffee, 1 tablespoon of butter, which is 14 grams of the Kerrygold butter, 1 egg yolk, and coffee. I do squeeze in just a squirt of the chocolate stevia. I know I'm going to try sometime to cut out the sweeteners, but I'm not sure when. Maybe in the next week or two. I'm not ordering any more chocolate collagen. I did order unflavored electrolytes from LMNT. So we're getting there, baby stepping. But today, chocolate stevia. It has been over 20 hours of fasting today. Not bad, not bad. Let's drink this coffee. All right, it is 12:15. I am just now getting my meal ready for today. So yesterday I kind of hit a little bit of a wall when I was eating that pound of ground beef in 2 patties with cheese and bacon and the 3 eggs. Honestly, like halfway in, I was like, ooh, this is a lot of food. And then by the end of it, I was stuffed. It kept me full the entire day, but I really wasn't in the mood for hamburger patties again. So today, what I decided to do was make some meatballs. And I'm going to wrap them in bacon and throw them in the air fryer. I rolled out 2-ounce meatballs. I did put in some minced garlic, which isn't 100% true carnivore. I do have some seasonings, so I'm not super strict in that sense. Like I've got a little bit of garlic powder, onion powder, some other seasonings. I did put about 21 grams of shredded Parmesan cheese, and that's pretty much it. I'm gonna wrap it in the bacon, and then hopefully they cook all the way because they are pretty big meatballs. So that's the plan. All right, so I measured out the meatballs to be 2 ounces because I have a pound of meat. So I thought I was gonna get 8 meatballs, but I forget with all the other elements, the seasonings, the garlic, like everything else, the Parmesan cheese that I added to it, it changed the weight, the overall weight of the beef. So I ended up with 1 extra meatball. So all the ones wrapped in bacon are 2 ounce meatballs, and I believe the one in the middle is like 2.5. So that's the one that I didn't have enough bacon for. We're gonna put this in the air fryer. I'm not exactly sure for how long. I will have to tell you after it cooks. All right, I looked at the manual, and the burgers, they don't have anything for bacon wrapped meatballs, obviously, but for the burgers, about 1 inch thick, it's 10 minutes. So since it's bacon, and these are about 1 inch big, I'm gonna go for 10 minutes and hope I don't overcook it. But I kind of want the bacon to be a little crisped up, so that should work out fine. All right, moment of truth. I did the 10 minutes at 375, and then they did not look cooked, so I did an additional 5 minutes at 400. Oh, these are better. The bacon still doesn't look as crisp. Like that one looks kind of raw-ish, raw. I'm gonna flip them, and I'm gonna just make sure that bacon's cooked. All right, they are all flipped. We're gonna try again for, I guess, the same amount of time, 5 more minutes at 400. All right, it is almost 1 o'clock, and it is finally time for me to eat. These meatballs took a little bit of a while to make, but here is my lunch. It's the bacon wrapped meatballs and a side of 2 boiled eggs. I did have my Carnivore coffee this morning, so this is it. This is my my high protein, high fat meal for today. Happy Thursday. I had to double check my macros. I actually need 3 boiled eggs, not 2. So here is my meal for today. My pound of meat in bacon wrapped meatballs and 3 boiled eggs. All right, it is 7:20, and I'm going in with an apple cider vinegar drink. I think I put a little bit too much cinnamon in it. But this is gonna probably be the last time I drink this for a while, just because I'm trying to just get a little bit cleaner and less extras like lemon juice and things like that, and the sweetener, the stevia. So I'll drink this tonight. I feel good. I don't feel hungry. I've been fasting since, I guess, about 1:30 today. I'm not hungry at all. I've got good energy. Yeah, everything feels good. Good morning. Happy Friday. It is about 9:25, and I have been fasting for 20 hours. And I am making my coffee already, and I'm gonna finish up this chocolate collagen, and then that's it. I don't have any more in the house. So next week we'll be doing, I believe, the Carnivore coffees, or just coffee with the what is it called, that super creamer. So that's what we're doing. All right, here's the finished product, and we are going to open our eating window for the day. All right, it is almost 3 o'clock, and I have not eaten anything today. We've been running around, so I'm gonna go ahead and make something really quick, but I believe we're gonna go to dinner. So dinner's probably gonna be in about 3 hours. So I'm just gonna have something to hold me over. I'm gonna have this pouch of lemon pepper tuna. I'm gonna have a tablespoon of this Duke's mayo, not the cleanest, I know, and 1 boiled egg. I'm gonna chop it all up, and I may eat it with pork rinds, and that should do the trick. All right, here is the finished product: tuna salad, mayonnaise, and a boiled egg, or I should say tuna, mayonnaise, and a boiled egg with some pork rinds, and that's what I'm gonna have. well this week as far as trying to get all of my calories into one meal. It was challenging. It was a lot of food. I mean, when you're thinking that, you know, the daily calories for 135 grams of protein and 100 grams of fat kind of like weighs in at about 13 to 1500 calories per day. And I was eating the majority of that in one meal, aside from my Carnivore coffee, which of course did have, you know, some of the calories for the day, but I was eating that in one meal, and it was a challenge to get a pound of meat down in one sitting. I was hitting a wall. I could feel myself about halfway through some of these meals going, okay, I'm done, but let me get the rest of this in to make sure that I get my protein. Now, the walking this week. Now, with daylight savings time, the mornings are getting hotter and brighter earlier. And where I live, it's humid, it's hot, the mosquitoes are out, and there is nothing that I hate more than mosquitoes. You guys, do you remember that video where I was getting eaten alive by mosquitoes on that walk? It is not fun, not pleasant. I am miserable, and I would rather just march in place for an hour than to go outside and deal with those mosquitoes. So that's pretty much what I did this week. I did a lot of dancing around, aerobics. I did some more weight training with my little kettlebells, my little hand weights, and I just watched TV and ran around the house and walked in place and danced in place and wiggled and jiggled until I got the movement that I needed on my tracker. So I did get my 10,000 steps in on average. Now, Sunday wasn't a good start for my week. I did have a really low number on Monday, so I needed the rest of this week to try and make up that number, and I'm hoping that my average is higher than last week's average. We will see. But my apple cider vinegar drink, I was having it periodically this week. Now, it's not super carnivore because I do the lemon juice and the stevia and the cinnamon, but I don't plan on doing that again next week because I'm really trying to baby step my way to cleaning out all of those extra things. I did a huge step in ordering my electrolyte packets from LMNT, unsponsored, with unflavored instead of sweetened with my favorite, which is, I think, the watermelon salt or the raspberry. I mean, I have a lot of favorites, but I'm going to try doing the unflavored. I'm out of my chocolate collagen. I'm not going to do the collagen anymore. I'm really trying to get away from my sweeteners that I was leaning on a lot, and a lot of the dairy, which I was leaning on a lot. As you notice, I didn't have a ton of dairy as I usually have in my meals. I didn't go completely dairy free this week, but I wasn't trying to flood my food with the heavy cream or the cheeses like I normally do. But all in all, it was a good week. I found myself totally not hungry, totally not craving anything, nothing. Like, I'm not craving ice cream or the snacks, or the only thing I feel like I'm craving, and this is the challenge, the fight that my routine and my groove is having with my brain, because my brain wants to go, don't you want more variety? Don't you miss your veggies and your cream spinaches and your, you know, meals flooded with cheese? Don't you miss that? And of course, my body is like, you know, but you're doing good. You know, you feel great. You feel sharp, you feel energetic, you don't feel bloated, your stomach doesn't feel upset. There's a lot of benefits that I'm feeling to eating this way. It's just the fight with my brain that goes, ooh, the weekend's coming. Don't you want to have a low carb beer or 2 or 3? Don't you want to have a glass of wine? Ooh, Thanksgiving's coming up. Do we want to get off track? Like, my brain is the one I have to literally fight every single day to kind of go, hey, but I feel good. So let me get that out of the way. So it is a daily, weekly challenge of mine, as you know. So I am finding myself, you know, having to do that every day. And that's okay, as long as, you know, feeling good wins over everything, right? So let's talk weigh-in. All right, so last week I weighed in at 177.4. This week I weighed in at 178.8. That is a gain of 1.4 pounds. I literally gained back what I lost from last week. I was so excited with the 1.4, and then my body's like, nope, let's hold on to this for a little bit. So I gained back the 1.8. So I'm exactly where I was at the start of this month, which is a bummer because I honestly was hoping to be able to shave off a little bit more and a little bit more as we move on. But I'm sure the 1 meal a day was a little bit of a shock for my body, having to fast so much. I thought it would be a shock in the good way, but maybe my body's like not sure what's happening, so it's holding on or retaining water or something. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm not going to stress about it, and I'm going to keep doing things that I have been doing. I'm not going to throw caution to wind and say, screw it, this carnivore diet's not working for me because I gained 1.4 pounds this week. I'm liking carnivore, and as long as I tell myself, look, if you really want veggies or a salad or something, a lot of dairy, how about you just push it to the weekend? And if you still want it on the weekend, then you'll have it on the weekend and it's not a big deal. So that's been helpful to know. It doesn't feel so restricted to me to go, okay, you can get through 5 days, Monday through Friday, without XYZ, and then allow it on Saturday and Sunday if you really want it. And then kind of have these conversations with myself as I move forward. And then what happens is come Saturday, Sunday, I'm not desperate for whatever it was that I was craving earlier in the week. So it works out that way for me and my battle with my brain on the daily basis. So plans for next week. Now I'm going to continue carnivore. But the biggest change that I'm going to have for next week is I'm not going to track, and that means I'm not going to put anything in my carb manager, and I'm not going to forcefully intermittent fast. I'm going to listen to my body, and literally when I'm hungry, I'm going to eat a carnivore meal at that point. And if I'm full, I'm not going to eat. And then if I get hungry again, no matter what time it is, except for if it's like 11 o'clock at night and I'm already getting ready for bed, then what's the point? Just go to bed. But like if I get hungry and it's 7 o'clock and I had my meal at like 10 o'clock in the morning, like if I want to eat something, I'm going to do it. I have no idea what's going to happen on the scale at that point. Who knows? But I want to start getting myself used to trusting myself and my body and listening to my body, because that's what the tracking is for. The tracking is to kind of teach yourself how much protein you're going to need, right? And then your body is going to say, hey, that's enough protein or that's enough fat. I'm full. None of this is tasting good anymore. I want to stop. And those are the signs that I want to be able to listen to and not be like, nope, you've got to eat this to get 135 grams of protein and 100 grams of fat. Like I want to take that break and kind of trust the instincts. I'm a little worried that I may not eat enough next week, but I'm not going to try to compensate for that by eating too much either. So I'm literally just going to listen to my body and see what happens. So that's the plan. I do still want to keep the steps consistent. My plan is still to try to have an average of steps higher than the week before, and then this month's average be higher than last month's average. So those are my goals on the steps front. Those are my goals for next week. Yes, I'm disappointed with the 1.4 regain, but you know, I think my body's healing itself, and I feel like I'm feeling better than I had before, and you know, we're on the right track. So we're going to keep on trucking along. So that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me a comment. Let me know how your week went. You know, are you weighing yourself weekly? Are you measuring yourself? I'd love to know how your journey is going. Post it in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.